spiritual combat. Hey, shalom, y'all. Shalom, shalom, shalom. It's your boy Michael Israel here. We're getting the feed up and going. We'll be getting started here in a second. Shalom. It is your boy Michael Israel. Out here in DeLand, Florida. Beautiful Shabbat morning. Getting everything up and rolling here. I hope y'all enjoyed the broadcast last night. Bonfire worship broadcast. It's on Facebook. I see a lot of people beginning to view it. And what I'm gonna do, got a bunch of good information. Maybe I'll do a little lesson. If y'all got any questions, y'all could ask questions. Let's see. Shalom, Sister Tammy. Sister Tammy, if you could, give me a thumbs up if the sound quality is good in there. I'll check on my phone too. I think the sound quality is good. But if you could, just give me a thumbs up if the sound quality is good. Yep. And it sounds pretty good from what I'm hearing right now. Shalom, Beat Brothers. Shalom, brother. I see you in there. Alright, I appreciate the thumbs up. That's good, sir. My sound quality is good. Let me see. Test 1, 2. Okay. Alright. But anyway, appreciate y'all tuning in. And here, I'll pan around, man. It's a beautiful morning out here. You see how nice it is out here? I'm just out here, you know, near the woods. You see all that? It's just real awesome out here. Water's behind me and all that. It's amazing out here in the morning. But anyway, Shabbat Shalom, y'all. I'm Michael Israel. Y'all are watching Spiritual Combat. And what I'm gonna do, I'm just trying to share this right now. If y'all could share it, And the first thing, real fast, I wanted to tell y'all, if y'all are watching on Facebook, on my Spiritual Combat page, so you receive notifications, because I understand a lot of people don't receive notifications when I do live. Those three dots that are in the upper right, all you need to do is click on those three dots on the upper right of the video, and then when that menu drops down, click the turn on notifications, when I go live. So I need to start saying that so people get the notification when I go live, because what's happening, a lot of them aren't seeing, they're not getting any, they're not getting informed when I go live on my videos. So, and then, like I said, now when I go live, I just went live on here and it wouldn't let me share, it. So I'm trying to fix that right now. If you bear with me. Alright, let me see. There we go. Alright. So yeah, but anyway, like I said, I went live last night. I covered the praise and worship, the bonfire praise and worship, which was right over there. I got my little fleece on because it was a little cool when we woke up. I think it might have been around 50 or 60. It felt good, but it's beginning to warm up fast. It's feeling real good right now. Matter of fact, I don't need this hat anymore. But yeah, it was an awesome praise and worship. It's just been amazing down here. There are some huge things coming for Spiritual Combat, and coming some information, and it's going to be coming out to our people, our nation, and it's just going to benefit everybody, because that's all it's about. Just like if you have a business, if you're selling stuff out there, I just made some huge connections. I found out where there's a huge demand for those black natural hair care products in Africa and in China. I'm gonna have some people on the show as soon as I can get them on there. It's probably gonna be this week that it's gonna blow your mind what's out there. So I'm gonna definitely bring that out. But of course, today is not the day to be going into all that. A sister put, or it's a brother, I'm not sure who it was, but somebody asked me, these questions folks ask me, like they're so perfect because they be so basic. You know what I'm saying? And I love that. But they asked me if I could do a video on character, and it's like, man, why didn't I think of that? I should have done a video on character, because that's one of the main things I harp on all the time. So what I'm gonna do is begin the initial video on character, because character, that's something, it's gonna be a series, okay? And over there on YouTube, Shalom, Brother Rise of an Ancient Kingdom. I like that name. And hold on, that's a boat. Somebody out there fishing. That's what you hear in the background. But so yeah, I'm gonna absolutely do that. I'm gonna absolutely do a video series on character, and this will be the first part of the series. We're gonna start it off right down here in DeLand, Florida, and we're gonna start a series on character, because at the end of the day, that's what it all boils down to. You can't build a nation, you can't build a family, you can't be in a relationship with a significant other, you can't be in a healthy relationship with yourself unless your character has been properly developed. And as I've defined this earlier, is what character is it's your morals. and what your morals are. If you're of a high moral standards, it means your response to different situations, whatever the life situation is, whether it be family, how you deal with people at work, how you make decisions, whatever you want to call it, people of a high moral standard or people of high character, they make the correct decisions in those situations. People of low character, people of low moral standard, they don't make good decisions in those situations. They're making those decisions. They're making those decisions based off of experience. Past experience, whether it be healthy or unhealthy, emotions that aren't properly aligned with the Most High's word. So if you want to be a person of high character, of high moral standard, you're going to align your emotions, your decision-making ability, and all that. Your responses will be aligned to the Most High's word, his law, statutes, and commandments. You know what I'm saying? And what his aligning to his law, statutes, and commandments isn't just, well, it is Torah, but the whole book breaks down Torah all the way down to the, it further elaborates on Torah. Everything points back to Torah, getting your mind right, getting your character properly aligned with the Most High's way. The Most High wants you thinking the way he thinks. That's why he gave you his word. You know what I'm saying? He gave you the perfect blueprint to be a person of high moral standard, high moral character. And the reason why I harp on this so much is because, like I said, there's no way we could come together in any meaningful, efficient way if we're not properly aligned. You know what I'm saying? If we're not aligned to the Most High standard. So what's the first of the 10 commandments? The first commandment is love the Lord thy God with all your heart, mind, and soul. And then the second one is love your brother with all your heart, mind, and soul. And like Jesus said, everything else hinges on those two. So if you're treating your brother right, you're respectful to him, you're loving him like you would love yourself and all that stuff like that, you can't help but have things go right. You don't have to show brothers and sisters how to build a business and come together as a nation. Like, all that stuff will automatically happen when you're loving your brothers, you love yourself, and you're loving the Lord your God with all your heart, mind, and soul. Because what? You're going to be studying his word. You're going to be, if you love the Lord your God with all of his heart, mind, and soul, you're going to be studying that word and applying it in all aspects of your life. And in doing that, you're going to love your brother, because that's what everything points to. Or that's the other thing everything points to. And you can't help but have things work together in a, I guess synergistic. I don't like using them words like that, but I guess it's a good word for the moment. But you can't help but have things work together in a very productive way. All right, Shalom, sister. Talk truth with Shwani. You wrote, you were getting down at the bonfire last night, Brother Michael. Shalom and good morning to you and sister. I guess you meant Sister Koya. Yeah. It was fun last night. They had everybody, if you want to come out there and do a little dance. So I did the running man real fast before I pulled the muscle out there. So I did the running man real quick. I know some of them brothers is sore. I know Morris he's gonna be sore this morning because he was getting down out there last night. Let's see, Shalom, man. Yes, that was beautiful. Yeah, it was definitely awesome last night, man. That was, I had a ball out there. And if you haven't seen it, I live streamed the whole bonfire worship that we did last night. It was they lit the bonfire and we just worshiped. Worshiped the Most High out there, and it was awesome. I got to see Morris and Josh perform my favorite 2 songs for the first time live, so that was awesome. they asked the kids if anybody knew all the words to the song, and of course, my older daughter, she knew it, and I had been telling Morris, look, this girl know that whole song because we play it all the time, you know. So they love it. But yeah, she recited the whole song. So it was just real fun last night, man. You really feel the spirit of brotherhood out here, man. Like-minded people from all over the nation, folks coming from all over the world out here. That's real talk. There's people who flew in from other countries that's out here, you know. So yeah, it was definitely awesome last night. Yep, my theme songs. And Sister Talk True, she put, it looked like all of you in an awesome time. Exactly. And if y'all get a chance, go to Spiritual Combat. If you're on YouTube, check. I streamed that whole event, and I streamed it on the Rebirth of a Nation, Hebrew Nation Builders. I streamed it on their YouTube, and it's probably more fun if you go to their YouTube and watch it, because they had a ton of people in the comments talking about it and all that, you know. So it was a fun experience. And I streamed it on YouTube and on Periscope also over there on Twitter. So you could check it out on any of those platforms. And it was an awesome event. I got there early because it was supposed to start, I guess, around 7, but we were running a little late. I think we started an hour late, but I live streamed it from 7 all the way till the end of it. So it was definitely an awesome event, man. I had a ball. My wife, she loved it. It was awesome out there. All right, let me go. I'm going back over to y'all over there on Facebook real quick. Just check the comments. But yeah, like I said, I'm glad whoever that was, you know, who asked me about doing a series on character. Yeah, and like I said, this is gonna be the intro to it. This is just an intro to character, and then I'm gonna just stay on it. You know, I'm gonna do it as a series. Right today, I'm gonna just hit on kind of surface stuff concerning it, and I'm gonna show you where every single issue you see in the Hebrew Israelite community is at the root of it is character, low character issues. People of low character, people who are characters and they haven't developed their character. So, and that's at the core of every issue we see in the Hebrew Israelite community. And what it is, you get people of low character drawing lines of division with petty doctrinal things, or whatever you want to call it. Hey, shalom, Brother Fenton. Who is this here? Shalom, Chana Elina. Y'all got to bear with this. This is a New Jersey high school education here, so I ain't the best. I can't pronounce all these names like I should. Shalom, Yaso, Jacob, Yehuda. Shalom, Earl. Shalom, Israel, Erica. And Shalom, Chana, Eli. But yeah, one of the big things, and all you gotta do is just go on Facebook and look around, and you'll see people drawing lines of division on petty doctrinal issues. And I'm not saying that doctrine is petty, but to cause division and mess up the brotherhood over doctrinal things, that's not nation building. Okay? I draw a line of division over people's moral standard. If people if you're a low moral person and you're difficult to deal with and get along with, and you don't have the spirit of brotherhood, I draw a line of division there. If we can deal with each other in a high moral character standard, if you're applying the law, statutes, and commandments that are laid out in the book, not just the surface stuff, but the internal things, where you're developing your inner self, as far as Like where Jesus said, first clean the inside of the glass, then clean the outside. And he said that. I always go hit this verse over and over. You got to look at, I think it's in Matthew 20. I don't have the verse here. If one of y'all could post it in there, that I appreciate it. But he literally said, first clean the inside of the glass, then clean the out. So he said, first get your mind right, get your morals right, get all this right. Don't be one of these dudes who get the doctrine mastered and he's a monster and deal with him or her, whatever. Because those are the people that cause these big lines of division. I could tell you about so many people that I deal with. We haven't even sat down and talked about doctrine. The only thing I know about them is that they Hebrews and they in the truth and that they believe in Christ. Okay? Outside of that, we have not sat down and hashed out doctrine. But yet, we operating in the spirit of brotherhood. I'm there for them. They there for me. I can count on them. They're enjoyable to be around. You know, ain't no manipulation going on, nothing like that, and it's cool. You know what I'm saying? And that's the spirit of brotherhood. And then when a person has that mindset, you could work through massive doctrinal issues. But and y'all give me thumbs up if y'all have seen this on Facebook or YouTube or wherever in the Hebrew Israelite community. People who have a 99 to 98%, that's another boat coming by. How dare he interrupt my video? Nah, they out there chilling. Look at these mugs, man. Got the American flag out there on their boat. Let me know if y'all can see that. I don't know if y'all can see that. Yeah, like gold. Some gold USA folks. But anyway, tell me if y'all seen this, man. Folks got like a 99% in 99% agreement on doctrinal issues. 99%. And because they're of low moral character, on that 1%, okay, that's just the water coming up. But on the 1%, they break apart on. And I'm not name dropping, but that I just witnessed that happen recently. Over like a small 1%, because there's low moral character involved, they couldn't come together. There was a breakup and threats and all that. Brother Earl, I appreciate that. Brother Earl posted Matthew 23:27. He said, "Woe to you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites, because you are like whitewashed tombs, which outwardly indeed look well, but inside are filled with dead men's bones and uncleanliness." Yeah, that's a good break. I like the way they broke that down there. And then 23:28, he says, "So you too outwardly indeed appear righteous to men, but inside you are filled with hypocrisy and lawlessness." And let me say something real quick, because I'm sure y'all hear me when I talk. Like, I don't got all the spiritual words down and, you know, and all that. But, and it's even here, like a lot of people tell me, and I could tell you, I'm brutally transparent. I got no shame. I tell you the way it T.I. is. You know what I'm saying? And that's important. Is having that transparency, authenticity, and that loyalty. And those are a couple of the character traits that this book, that the Most High's book, that what He gave us, is pushing for you to do that. To be transparent. To be just be straight up. Those are some of the character traits that, and in order to operate in those, it takes a lot of spiritual development in certain areas. But there's a lot of areas that people need work in, that, you know, and it's the weightier matters. Because if you read that whole chapter in Matthew 23, he talks about what the weightier matters of the word are. And that's this internal stuff. I could teach You give me any Hebrew, man, I could teach them. Doctrine is just repetition and memorization. That's all doctrine is. It's just, but trying to get this mind aligned, here I am, 42, and I'm still working on it. Yeah, hey, shalom, Bob Parks. Let's see who else. All right, but yeah, that's the way there matters. You know what I'm saying? That's where we gotta. And dude, I'm the first to tell you, I got a lot of work to do. I teach on relationships, and the stuff I teach on is stuff I done dealt with myself, and stuff I've worked on, and stuff I am working on. So while I teach on relationships, I'm still doing a lot of work on myself with relationships. You know, I do not claim to be perfect in them, but I am striving for perfection in them. And as I learn it, I teach it. You know what I'm saying? So, all right. I appreciate that, Brother Earl. He posted Matthew 23:23. He said, "Woe to you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites." He said, "Because you tithe the mint and the anise and the cumin, and have neglected the weightier matters of the Torah." It says the right ruling. And yo, this is heavy, because this is something I've been. It says the right ruling and the compassion and the belief. Okay, and this is something I want to hit on, because I teach a lot on relationships. I push that, yeah, absolutely, the woman should be submitted and the man should lead. Something I see happens a lot is when a man is in a position of power, he abuses that power. It's so easy to abuse the power of leadership. It's so easy to abuse that. So when it comes to when you get in that position of power, and you do what happens a lot, a man does get a woman who is submitted, it's so easy and tempting to abuse that power. It takes a lot of high moral character to be able to walk in leadership and not abuse that power. So that's heavy. I'm glad he brought. But anyway, and you saw in that verse he pushed, I know in the King James Version it says judgment, like being able to judge a situation properly. Judge situations properly. Judge how to handle a situation properly and righteously. So somebody does something that's off, and being able to deal with that in a biblical way, even though emotionally your emotions are telling you one thing, but the Most High's book. Hey, shalom, Sean. Hey, Sean, come back here if you get a chance. Sean, come on back here. I'm back here near the pavilion thing. Yeah, Brother Sean's out here. We'll see if we can get him on. I know he's busy though. He's getting his family all ready, because we're gonna have service out here in a little while. It's supposed to be at 9, but you seen how late we was up last night, so it's probably gonna be, I'm thinking closer to 11:30, and I'll be going live with that. But anyway, yeah, judgment, man. When you're in position of power, like, judgment is why a lot of people just kind of, they won't bring a matter before certain people, because they know it's not going to be right judgment. A lot of people don't know how to judge situations. Don't know how to judge, hey, how should I handle this situation correctly? So, yeah, that's a big one. Let me head back over to YouTube real fast. See what y'all talking about over there. It says, okay, and I appreciate y'all posted the scriptures in there too. I appreciate that. It's okay, none of us do. Yeah, and shalom, Brother Noel Jones. He put, yes, that's right. You can all benefit from our own moral standards now, and again, make sure we are in line with them. And this is the other thing, kind of piggyback or lambacking. We don't say piggyback, we say lambacking. But lambacking on what Brother Noel Jones said is, we don't, dude, if you take the word and apply it to yourself, you got a whole lifetime of work to do on yourself, to where as you begin to apply that in any situation, like, I don't care what the situation is, you own part of that is something you can do to get your mind right, you can do to get yourself in order. So if you look at yourself and perfect yourself, it's gonna edify those around you and change your situation quicker than being petty with somebody, going to war, battling people and all that stuff like that. You know, and it's a humbling thing to do. It's the weightier matter is, you know what, I'm not gonna get into it with this person. I'm gonna see what I did to do what I could have done to, you know, better this situation. All right, yes, that's right. Can all be. All right, so Brother Roz of An Ancient Kingdom, he wrote, we know that when we truly have the mark of Mashiach, when we follow the word, as John 14:16 tells us, which allows the Ruach to lead you to Yah's truth. Exactly. Yep. And just to get on that even more, he put the spirits the words that I speak are spirit. So like the application of this word in our life. And a lot of times, sometimes applying his word is so burdensome and so hard, but it's a light burden. But it's a burden nonetheless, and it's so hard that you have to pray for him to give you spirit and give you help in putting this thing into action in your life. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, so that was good. That was good, Brother Roz of An Ancient Nation. That was a good add-on there. All right, so let's see. Heading back over here to Facebook, because what I'm gonna have to do, I'm gonna be getting set up for the event here soon. I see folks is and make sure y'all tune in. I'm gonna stream the event on Facebook and on YouTube, multiple channels. Let me see if I can get the feed to come up here though. All right, there we go. All right, Brother Earl put, it breaks down to pride. He said, I find that the more we learn, the more we find that we don't. Exactly. It's humbling. We study until the end and we'll still need to be taught by Yahushua. Exactly. And that's one of the big things that bothers me with some of these groups out here is that, hey, shalom, Sister Nina.
Shabbat shalom.
And that's one of the things that bothers me with these groups, the camps and some of these groups out here, is that they act like they got it all. It's like when the book clearly says that he's gonna set things straight. There's a lot of stuff he's gonna set straight when he comes back, and a lot of these groups act like they got it all. And because I've talked to ISUPK and people in these other groups, and when you hold them down to it, they will admit, oh yeah, he is going to set things straight. But they subliminally imply that they got it all. They the home of truth and all that. And a lot of people, look, y'all heard it here first. Watch what happens in the next year. Max 2 years. And these camps, a lot of these doctrines that these camps are sticking to, they're going to have to pull back off them. Because there's going to be some heavy truth coming out of Africa when we link up with our brothers and sisters over there. So, yeah, you see a lot of spirit of pride there. Sharice McGee, she put impartial judgment. Exactly, sis. That's wisdom. You know what I'm saying? And that's wisdom and humility, is having that impartial judgment. You know what I'm saying? And but yeah, it's been a real I love going to these events. It's like like going to these events, you know, and it was tough. Cause even me, I messed up. Let me tell y'all something. Know this: when these feast days come around, Satan gonna mobilize his little demons to use the people that are demonically possessed and oppressed to just whoop on your head around this time. So around this time, expect to run into, you know, but yeah, we ran into, you know, some stuff came up against us, but we know, like, these events, you can't, I can't put my just the value of them, like the brothers and sisters I've met out here and the connections I've made, and just the spirit on these brothers and sisters out here is, it's like, it's a breath of fresh air, because you get around so many people who are not like-minded. And it's like these folks out here, they're studying the same stuff you're studying. They're doing the same work you're doing. So it's just awesome. Brother Rise of Ancient People on YouTube, he put Graph the Prophet just put out a video of ISUPK and IUIC. He fired them brothers, and they're going to have to humble and shift. Yep. G Dash the Prophet. Yeah, I don't know who that is. I don't know who G Dash the Prophet is, though. You also put, I'll tell you a good one in Josh's documentary, how he felt with the mixed couple. That was the perfect interview in the G. Craig rebuttal. Yep, that was a good doc. And wait until Josh and Morris, wait until they drop that one they're getting ready the one next year. I think, man, they like these people who are hanging on these silly doctrines, man, they're gonna see a mass exodus on their camps and stuff if they don't, you know, humble down and get it right. Because like I said, there's gonna be heavy truth coming out for sure. All right, head back over here. Yep. So shalom, Sister Shantae. See you in there. Let's see. But yeah, you know, and but what I'm gonna do, man, I want y'all, oh, let me tell y'all this again. I gotta say it again. If you're watching on Facebook, this is important. If you're watching on Facebook, I'm trying to always stream from my Facebook fan page, or whatever they call it, page now. In order to receive notifications of when I go live, you gotta click on, I think it's on there now, those 3 dots in the upper right corner, or if you go through the chat there, it'll say, hey, subscribe to see notifications of when I go live. Do that so you get live updates. Otherwise, you won't even know when I go live, and I don't know why the pages make it so hard to see when somebody goes live. But anyway, go ahead and make sure you start doing that, because like I said, in a couple hours, I'm gonna be going live with the Shabbat service. We're gonna have it here. I'll show you where. We're gonna have it right over there in that field over there. It's gonna kind of be over to the left, you know, basically on the other side of this building here. You know, that's where we had the service last night, the worship service. Definitely tune in and check that out. And that's Tent City, and that right there is my domicile right there. That's my tent. You know what I'm saying? That's Mike's mobile kingdom. Don't be jealous. Don't be jealous. Nah, I'm just playing. But yeah, so, but anyway, but yeah, I'm gonna say it again. Make sure y'all go on there, either go through the comments or go through the, either go through the comments or go through the click on that settings or whatever that is, those 3 dots on the upper right corner of the screen, and make sure you subscribe to the notifications, okay? And make sure you do that. so that when I go live, you'll get those notifications. Because people have been complaining and saying, hey man, I don't get that notification when you go live. And like I said, I'm gonna get something to eat, and I'm gonna be getting set up for the service, for the Rebirth Sukkot Shabbat service that we're getting ready to have. I think it's gonna be awesome. I've been working with the Rebirth photographer, brother Obadiah Ben Israel. He's awesome. He has the same camera as me that I'm using right now, but his is a step better. And when he doesn't live stream, he just records. Okay? So we got to talking, and I was like, you know what? I said, I'm gonna hook my broadcast equipment up to your camera, and we'll just work together and do this thing. And it's just the spirit of brotherhood out here. It wasn't competition. Oh, I'm gonna see if my stream, nah, we worked together, and we produced a quality product last night, because he was doing a lot of the camera work, and he was like, I'm not good at doing interviews, and I was just narrating and making sure the sound quality was good, and we worked together for the good of both. Sister Sarah, shalom sis, you asking what time? It was supposed to start at 9 o'clock. You know, black folks don't get up that early. So I'm estimating it'll be around 11:30. You know, that's my estimate. So just kind of be watching out. And like I said, if you're on Facebook, go ahead and so to get notifications of when I go live, you either gotta click on one of them green blocks that's right there in the comments, or you gotta click on video and watch it, and click on that thing in the upper right, those three dots, and I think there's an option to receive notifications of when I go live. So definitely tune in. We're going to try to make it a high quality production so y'all can really get a feel for the sound and everything like that. So definitely get on in there, and definitely tune in. I'm going to make sure it's awesome. And like I said, I'm going to be streaming it to the online, on Rebirth's website and everything like that, on their YouTube, Facebook, and on my Periscope, which is on Twitter. Alright. So yeah, be able to be there. Yep, so shalom Art, shalom Sarah, shalom Earl. No, it's Eastern Standard Time. Eastern Standard Time. It's so beautiful to see our people enjoying. Yeah, it's like right now, man, it's amazing out here. It's like just being out here, you know, this early and everything. And I learned a lot, you know, and I'm gonna do a recap video, you know, whenever I get back to Jacksonville, so definitely check that out. Anyway, with that said, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna wrap this broadcast up, because like I said, I have to start getting ready, getting all my equipment. Me and brother Obadiah, we're gonna work together again, get all of our equipment set up so we can bring you like a high quality broadcast. So with that said, shalom y'all.